In a sunny little clearing at the edge of a great green forest, there stood a charming little cottage with a red door and smoke curling from its chimney. This wasn't an ordinary cottage, though. It belonged to a family of bears, a great big papa bear, a medium-sized mama bear, and a tiny little baby bear. They lived a happy, peaceful life in their woodland home. They loved gardening, baking, and going on long walks through the forest. Every morning, they made a delicious breakfast of hot porridge, fresh berries, and honey from their favorite beehive nearby. One bright morning, Mama Bear stirred the porridge and said, "It's far too hot to eat right now. Let's go for a walk and let it cool while we enjoy the forest." So off they went, Papa Bear with his walking stick, Mama Bear with her sun hat, and Baby Bear skipping along with a pinnacone in each hand. Meanwhile, in the village, not too far away, a curious little girl named Goldilocks lived with her grandmother. She had golden curls that shimmered like sunshine, eyes as bright as springtime sky, and a love for adventure that sometimes got her into trouble. That same morning, Goldilocks went for a walk deeper into the forest than she ever had before. She chased a butterfly, picked a daisy, and followed the sound of chirping birds until she found herself completely and wonderfully lost. And just when she began to wonder where she was, she saw the little cottage with the red door. "What a lovely little house," she said. "I wonder who lives here." Goldilocks wasn't a bad girl, but she was very curious, and sometimes curiosity can lead you into places you don't belong. She gently pushed the door, and to her surprise, creaked open. Inside the bear's cottage, she saw wooden furniture, flower pots on the windowsill, and the smell of cinnamon and oats still hung in the air. On the table were 3 bowls of porridge. First, she tried the big bowl. "Ouch! Too hot!" she cried. Next, she tried the middle bowl. "Ah! Too cold." Then, she tasted the small bowl. "Just right," she said, and she ate every last spoonful, feeling full. Goldilocks looked around and saw 3 chairs. She climbed into the big chair. The beds? Upstairs were 3 cozy beds, each with colorful quilts and fluffy pillows. First, she lay on the big bed. "Too lumpy," she said. Next, she tried the medium bed. "Too squishy." Then she climbed into the small bed, and before she could even say "just right," she was fast asleep. The bears returned soon after. The 3 bears came back from their walk. Papa Bear sniffed the air. Someone's been eating my porridge." Mama Bear looked at her bowl. "Someone's been eating my porridge too." Baby Bear peeked into his empty bowl. "Someone's been eating my porridge, ... and they ate it all up." And Baby Bear squealed, "Someone's been sitting in my chair and they broke it." They tiptoed upstairs and found something even stranger. Papa Bear rumbled, "Someone's been lying in my bed." Mama Bear said, "Someone's been lying in my bed." And Baby Bear shouted, "Someone's been lying in my bed, and she's still here." She leaped out of bed with a scream. "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to come in. I was lost, and I was curious, and But Papa Bear simply nodded. "You've learned a lesson today, little one," Mama Bear added kindly. "Next time, just knock, and always ask." Baby Bear offered her a paw. "Do you want to walk home with us?" Goldilocks sniffled, nodded, and walked back through the forest beside her new, furry friends. From that day on, Goldilocks never went into a house uninvited again. She became good friends with the bear family and visited often with permission, of course. And from that day forward, the forest seemed a little warmer the cottage a little cozier, and Goldilocks a little wiser.